Well, confirmation from the Judicial Service Commission last night that it's recommending to the President that he suspend the Judge President of the Western Cape, Judge John Hlophe. Hlophe was found guilty of gross misconduct by a Judicial Conduct Tribunal after he tried to influence two Constitutional Court judges in cases relating to former President Jacob Zuma. This was all back in 2008. It's a case that's been going on for years and years. Meanwhile, the President also now formally appointing Judge Matter as Deputy Chief Justice. She'll now go to the Constitutional Court. Mbekezeli Benjamin is an Advocacy and Information Officer at Judges Matter Mbekezeli, good afternoon to you. This decision by the Judicial Service Commission to recommend that Judge Hlophe be suspended, how significant is this?
Good afternoon, Stephen, and to the viewers at home. The JSC's decision is significant in the fact that there have been, I think, concerns in the past that it was taking too long to place Judge Hlophe on suspension. Because if you look at other cases where other judges have, where the JSC has recommended a tribunal be appointed, the JSC had decided to suspend those judges. So many people are surprised that the JSC had in fact not done so in the past. So it is significant that the JSC has now decided to put Judge Hlophe on suspension. Of course, the President has to confirm that recommendation by the JSC, but for all intents and purposes, he is going to go on suspension.
So he goes on suspension and the President can just do it if he agrees. If the President wants to, that's that.
Yes, so Section 177(3) of the Constitution says that the President may suspend a judge on the advice of the JSC. The JSC yesterday gave that advice to the President, and it is now in the hands of the President to confirm that suspension. Of course, the Constitution says may, so it is theoretically possible that the President may decide not to suspend Judge Hlophe, but looking at the circumstances of this case, the fact that there has been a guilty finding by both the Judicial Conduct Tribunal and the JSC itself, I see very little reason why the President would decide not to suspend.
Has it ever got this far before with any judge? I mean, Hlophe has set precedents, this case has set precedents in many ways for the Judicial Service Commission. Is this another one of those? I can't recall it ever going this far before.
Well, it's not the first time that the judge has been suspended. In fact, as I speak to you now, there are two judges who have been formally placed on suspension by the President, one of which is from Gauteng, the other is from the Western Cape. So it is by no means extraordinary or unprecedented. Yes, the fact that a Judicial Conduct Tribunal has found a judge guilty and the JSC has recommended impeachment, perhaps that is the unique aspect in this particular case. But as for the suspension, it is not at all unique.
Okay, no, that does make sense. Could this issue now still go on for a few years, the Hlophe issue? Because I presume Hlophe still has a right to go to court and perhaps challenge it twice. Once, at this stage, the Judicial Service Commission's decision to recommend the suspension, you could challenge it there. And then possibly, if the President does suspend, also challenge there.
Well, look, Section 34 gives everyone the right to take their cases to court, and so you are given as many times as possible to go to court. Whether or not you will win at court is another question, and I think that's where this issue lies, that yes, it is theoretically possible that Judge Hlophe can challenge this suspension and any other action that follows after, but whether or not those challenges will be based on the law and whether they will find favor when they reach court is a completely different question, and I don't think I can predict it with any certainty now.
No, sure, of course. The other issue is around Judge Matter. I should start to practice calling her Deputy Chief Justice, because that, I presume the appointment takes effect from the beginning of September.
Yes, that is the date that the President has determined. The 1st of September is when she officially becomes a member of the Constitutional Court and the Deputy Chief Justice of South Africa. And right now, we understand that the new term of the SCA will be starting around the 15th of this month. So she will still have an opportunity to finalize some of those cases. But after the 1st of September, she will be a full member of the Constitutional Court.
It seemed to take quite a long time from the Judicial Service Commission recommending her appointment and this moment. I mean, did the President dilly-dally over this?
Well, I wouldn't say that the President dilly-dallied. But yes, it did take a couple of weeks for him to wrap up this appointment. As we understand it, there was some consultation between the presidency and the Chief Justice, and so those consultations had to run their course, including, for example, on the appointment dates, we imagine. So it did take a little while, but of course he has now confirmed the appointment, and Judge Maya will be starting work on the 1st of September. And we do hope that she will work to change some of the issues we've identified in the judiciary.
Mbekezeli Benjamin, thanks very much indeed from Judges Matter. Do appreciate it. A lot, of course, going on in our judiciary and our politics at the moment.